choreographic test of naval vessels in ITU as well. And the floor is yours. We'll be looking forward to hear your presentation in Milestones in Submarine Design. Thank you.
Thank you very much. My name is today I will talk about milestones in submarine design. I was a naval architecture fourth grade student when I heard about this midterm project, and it was very exciting for me. I studied my Bachelor of Science thesis on comparative naval architecture of modern non-nuclear submarines under supervision of our late Professor Yücel Olabaşı. In this thesis, my objective was only the conventional type of submarines, not nuclear ones, because Milan will be a conventional submarine. So I want to gather information as much as I can to give some help to Milan team. So I compared different kind of modern non-nuclear submarines in my thesis under MIT submarine design course notes. But now we have another reality. We are now want to build an aircraft carrier. So these aircraft carriers are, as you know, very fast boats, and they need submarine anti-submarine warfare techniques of submarines. So our aircraft carrier design must go with a nuclear submarine design too. So as a naval architect, naval architecture lecturer in Istanbul Technical University, and I'm also teaching both in Istanbul Technical University and Piraeus University submarine design course. So I need to prepare my students also for nuclear designs. And before designing any machine, you need to know the history of it. So even though I'm not a historian, I had to study about the history of submarines. So the history starts with turtle. There are very different submarine designs. So there are many different submarine milestones. So I will be very quick. This was the first primitive design, 1776. It was a one-man and human-powered boat. It was not very successful, but it is the first combat record of a submersible. So the second one should be Nordenfeld 2 Abdülhamit submarine, which is not mentioned in many books, but as Professor Kahyaoğlu stated, this is the first submarine which fired a torpedo and sank a ship. So it is also a milestone. It was a very modern design actually. It has a cylindrical pressure hull, although there was no welding. There were these ring frames, and the shape of this design is a round of revolution, which we now designing submarines after Albacore, and it was almost 70 years ago, 70 years before Albacore. And then famous Holland, John Philip Holland designs appear. This was the Holland one. I took these photos in Princeton. This was the first design of Holland, and this was the second. And Holland spent 20 years to convince United States Navy to fund his research. So he got funding from an Irish foundation against British. So the first 4 submarines of Holland funded by this organization. But finally, he convinced United States Navy and the Holland, the USS Holland SS-1 is his design. It is his 6th boat. Our next design milestone is Type C, Type 7C, which is actually after Holland's boat. You see the submarine design turned to a surface ship again, and this is a slender surface ship which can submerge and sail with very limited time and very limited distance, very limited speed. But many of these boats, this kind of boats, built. One very important milestone for modern submarines is Type 21, which could not have chance to participate in action, but this is a very important boat because it is the first time that a submarine can travel underwater faster than its surface speed. And it was a very unique boat at that time and much advanced than Allied submarines. And after World War II, all of these designs brought to Russia, United States, France and England, and it is reverse engineered, and even the personnel who worked on this boat employed. This submarine is very famous also with a snorkel system, which is actually not true. The first snorkel was invented by Dutch engineers a few years, about 7 years before, 4 years before. So 2019 was the first use of snorkel system to power diesel engines. One very remarkable milestone for submarine design is the USS Albacore. USS Albacore is a submarine which is built only for hydrodynamic experiments. There is no armament on this design, and they started with a plus type rudder, and they did a lot of tests. This is Morton Gertler, is the inventor of many hydrodynamic test systems. They did towing tank tests, they did very large wind tunnel tests, and they evolved what we are now talking about, the modern submarine. So this was the first rudder design with while rudders are behind propeller, and then they moved rudders in front of the propeller, what we have now, and they, in the first time, they used X-type rudder on this submarine. They also tried contra-rotating propellers also on this design. And at the same time, while Captain Harry Jackson, who is a late Harry Jackson was a professor in Massachusetts Technical University. At that time, also Admiral Recover was the head of this milestone. It is the parallel projects. One for experimental design for about the form, the hydrodynamic form, and this one looks like the old Type 21 design, but it was the first nuclear power submarine. So USS Nautilus was also a milestone. At the same time, also weapon technology were evolving. Russians were the first who fired a ballistic missile on a Zulu class submarine in 1956. And United States emerged, integrated all what they learned from Albacore and Nautilus in skip-check. So skip-check had a very high underwater speed and a hydrodynamic form of Albacore, but also the nuclear reactor of Nautilus. Anchar Papa class is also a milestone. Anchar is the first Russian submarine with a titanium pressure hull, and Guinness record of underwater speed is not surpassed still, which is 44.7 knots underwater by this 7,000 tons submarine. And this is also the first submarine which fired cruise missiles underwater. It has a very interesting pressure hull. It looks like an 8, and it is the connection of 5.5 meter titanium pressure hulls. One other milestone is the first pump jet system, which is used on HMS Swift class. And one very important milestone, which was very, for a long time, was the world's biggest submarine. Now there is one other design of Russians, Belgorod, is a bit larger than this. Akula class, the Russians call Akula, and NATO classification is Typhoon. It's a very large submarine. This is NATO Akula, and this is Typhoon. You can compare the size of it. It has a very interesting pressure hull. There are 5 pressure hulls and 2 long pressure hulls. Between those, there are ballistic missile tubes, and there is one pressure hull here, one here, and one on the sail. It is a very unique design. One other milestone is HMS Gotland, a Swedish submarine. While United States, Russia, UK were studying on nuclear power, there were many other submarine design countries which may be technological or due to international limitations did not build nuclear submarines, but like Germany, Sweden, etc. But their problem was the same. They wanted to stay longer underwater. They wanted to sail longer distances. So they need air-independent propulsion. Nuclear propulsion is also an air-independent propulsion. But there are other systems which assist batteries. So this is a Stirling engine. There is also other air-independent propulsion systems, which is one is fuel cell, very popular. But only Germans are using fuel cell, and it is logistically not very easy to operate. And this is Stirling system of Swedish Navy. Japan and China also build submarines with Stirling engines. This submarine is also a milestone because in 2000 in Mediterranean there was a drill, and in this drill HMS Holland took advantage on anti-submarine warfare against other NATO countries, and United States Navy asked this class of submarine for trainings in the United States. So in 2004, Gotland traveled to the United States for tests, and in many times he sank United States aircraft carriers. So the silence of this conventional air-independent propulsion system submarines became very famous, and the United States asked 1 more year to stay and continue the trainings. And my last milestone is Japanese Oryo. It is a Soryu class submarine, but it is very unique because it is the first time that a submarine used lithium-ion batteries. So there was a Stirling engine in the previous Soryu class submarines, but in Oryu and Toryu, Japanese Navy decided to cancel this Stirling engine and return this design to a conventional submarine without air-independent propulsion, but with lithium-ion batteries. So it is a very important milestone too. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.